You the event organizer, right? Are you? You are the event organizer, right?
Yes.
So, we here got, the event organizer. Do you want to say to my people out there who's watching this, right? What's your name and what you doing today?
Paloma. My name is Paloma from Spain. And so here we are fighting for the animals. 80 billion animals are killed every single year just for one reason, taste, basically. And so we're trying to make people think a little bit. We don't trying to put any idea on their minds. We're just trying to make them think out of the box. And because what's happened is we've been brought in this society with certain ideas, and I think we have to challenge the status quo. We have to challenge what we've been told. I've been blind for 40 years, and I will awake 2 years as vegan. So
People just saying she wasn't physically blind; she was blind as it's a figure of speech, right? It's like a metaphor. So, yes, she could always see, right? Yeah.
find into the matrix industry and believe that protein, you cannot get protein, just the only source is meat and all these things that you need. The baby calf food like milk for your bones, that is not right. It's not. You don't need any of these things to live a healthy life, and we can back up with different institutions that says vegan is obviously plant-based diets are healthy in all stages of life. As well, we can stand not just for the diet. I think most of people will agree with, for example, and for example, or and sus, any kind of exploitation, like just for enjoyment, like for example, races. There is a lot of violence and exploitation in animals. Like it's like if people really love animals, we shouldn't exploit them.
So can I ask you a question? Because I think this is what pretty much all the meat eaters and people who are not vegan or vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
They'd be like, look, listen, I've been eating meat my whole life. This is what I always been doing. Meat is nice. I like a cheeseburger. I like a steak. And you're gonna get those people that will be walking
Of course.
out on these streets, right? What would you say to someone who is not a vegan or who's just ignorant?
Yeah, was first of all, they should educate themselves. They should, for example, watch Dominion to see if they really want continue to support in these industries, because the problem is these industries, they really hide very well what they're doing, because if you see what they're doing, you won't support it 100% guarantee unless you don't care about animals or you really want to support animal cruelty. If you watch this kind of documentary, even for example for health, I recommend watch What the Health, for example. And if you really want to be even about the environment, you can watch Eating Our Way to Extinction. We're basically killing ourselves, killing the animals, and killing the planet. So I don't know how many reasons you need to be vegan, to be honest. There is no reasons to eat meat right now in 2023.
Yeah, so, I'm going to ask you just a few more questions, right, if you don't mind. So, look, I'm not a vegan.
Yeah.
I'm not a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I eat meat on a daily basis, or some days I do go out. I fast once a week, right?
Yeah.
But I do eat, and I've been eating meat for a very long time. So, what would you immediately say to someone who, because you came to veganism, right, about 2 years ago, right? So how did you get approached, and what would you say to someone who's in that position? What would you say to someone who's in that position who wants to become a vegan? Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing that you have to be educate yourself. Don't just imagine what you have to eat. Like in every lifestyle, in every change in a diet, you have to inform yourself. Don't eat just bananas, because then what's happened is a lot of people go vegan, they don't know what to eat, and they come back because they don't know what to eat. But it's not the rocket science. Basically, you eat basically legumes, you eat nuts, seeds, all the good thing, man. like vegetables, the greens are the best. Greens, tomatoes, vegetables, fruits. Everything that comes from the earth is the best. No honey, please, because honey is as well, like honeybees are.
So you don't have honey.
No eggs either, because it's also animal exploitation. So honey is basically we are taking the food from the bees, for example. They hard the full time to get food for the winter. So what's happened is they starve to death. So they work. Imagine you work so hard all your life, and then someone is just taking away from you your food. So it's not nice.
That's what the government's actually like, anyways, in real life.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you one more question, right? So if you see Paloma, right?
Yes.
If you see, this is the one thing that I wanted to ask you. So, there's going to be a lot of skeptics out there. The skeptics will be like, oh, yeah, but, how are you going to go vegan and there's no meat products that you can have? You can't get your protein intake, daily protein intake, right? That's going to cause problems to you and, cause someone to, say, ultimately end up in hospital, right? So what would you say? What would you say to someone who say, "Oh, protein is not in a vegan diet"? Because you're gonna get people. Trust me, there's a lot of people out there, right, who literally go,
I know.
"There's no protein in the diet," right? What would you say?
There is ignorance in this world. There is protein in every single product, by the way, even in fruits, even in rice, even in anything that you eat has protein. No vegan diet for protein deficiency, by the way. So you can Google it if you want. No vegan diet for deficiency protein.
So
Maybe for other things,
Yeah.
but not for protein. And so obviously the products, you have to do your research, but obviously the higher products that are high in this are obviously tofu, tempeh, the legumes, all the legumes. Also nuts are really good in protein. So it's no rocket science. You also can just Google it. What are plant-based products? There is a lot of websites where you can get information. You can have the Veganuary, for example. It's a website where you can get a lot of information about nutrition. You also have Veganuary, Challenge 22, where you can have a personal coach for you for free. They can help you to go 22 days vegan. So if you have any doubt about what kind of things you can eat, someone can help you for free. That you cannot find this. If you really want to find another kind of diet, I'm not going to help you for free.
I think you answered that question, right? Protein, there is it substitutes for meat, right?
Yeah.
So you are going to get people. I'm just trying to say put myself in the shoes of the public, and obviously I'm not a vegan myself, right? And I really appreciate that you respect that as well, and trying to get me to change by the time I leave this place, right? So so what would you say? Because some of the people will be like, this is quite extreme, because veganism, no dairy, no milk, no cheese, no, what is it? Well, you can't even have honey, right?
No.
Some people might say this is very extreme. What would you say to those skeptics or people who thinks being a vegan is very controversial?
Yeah, of course. So I will challenge them. What is more extreme, to put the knife in the throat of an animal, or to take care of the animal, to protect the animals? So we're here to protect the animals. We're here to choose the least cruel possible way to live. And then this is what we promote. We promote not violence. We promote the least violence, because it's impossible not to have certain kind of, let's say, killing, okay? Because a lot of people will always talk about the death crops. It's not about we killing insects. It's about try to do the least harm possible, and especially don't enslave animals, because obviously if you kill the crops, let's say, they are free, they are there, yes.
Yeah.
It's an accident, and you must survive. Plus, we have a solution for the climate crisis, on the other hand. So it's basically a win-win-win, man. So it's your health, the climate crisis, and then because this is, by the way, the meat industry is unsustainable. If I don't know if you see the news last year, for example, a lot of crops already gone. And so you can imagine what you prefer to give food to humans or to cows. And it's going to be in a moment, it's going to be this real challenge for people. And we want to avoid that. We don't want to reach that point where we have to choose to give food to cows, to give food to people. But I don't know if people know, if the whole world go vegan, we could even solve world hunger. We could feed 8 billion people, because right now 1 billion people are starving to death in a lot of parts of the world.
You know, one thing that I really got from, if you see, like, let's talk about, say the cruelty to animals, right?
Yeah.
And I do, because even though I'm not a vegan, right? Because I have to keep on telling you, because, I'm not a vegan, right? There's going to be a lot of people who might be watching this who are vegans, and there's going to be a lot of people who will be watching this who might not be a vegan, right?
Yeah.
Being not a vegan, right? I still am against animal cruelty, right?
Yeah.
Even such thing as, say when people, dog fights, when people put two dogs to fight, right?
Yeah.
If you see some of these animals, because of the food industry, what they do is they keep these animals caged up in little factories, small spaces, so they don't let them roam around in fields, because of keeping the calories, keeping them on a diet which is a very fattening diet, right?
Yeah.
They feed the animals substitutes, so they don't feed it grass. They feed the animals hays and oats, and I don't know what they feed the animals, right, to get it fat and bigger, right?
Yeah.
So they can be sold for a much higher weight, right? So what would you say to someone who is unaware of these things taking place, and they go to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Morrison's, and they go buy a produce, and they don't know that how the meat has got there was by the abuse of a living organism, right? So living being. So what would you say to that?
So I will say first, if you don't know, what you have to do is educate yourself, watch documentaries. So a lot of people that are vegan activists, they've been
Can you say some few people who are currently
or a top vegan activist. The top one is Gary Jugorowski. You can see the best speech you ever heard. That is really good. You have to watch this. It shows just a little bit of the video footage, but I think if you eat it, you should watch anyway. But he is very, very, very great. And also other activists, now he's retired because he already did a lot of work, obviously. And you have Joy Capstrom, for example, and Ed Winter, very good activists right now that you can follow them on Instagram or Facebook. You can listen a lot of things.
Who's your favorite one?
Joy Capstrom.
Why?
He's a little bit my style. Like he just don't go around the bushes, It's like go straight.
He doesn't go in a circle.
Exactly.
He just go in a circle. He just goes straight forward.
Going straight forward. He was a gun member. His history is actually quite inspirational. He was a gun member. He was in the jail, and then he started to realize that after he went back to the street, he started to do animal rights. He was, to be honest, it was his purpose, and he has I think he has something.
I can totally relate to that, by the way. Yeah.
So he has something in their chest, he has a fire in his chest. Instead of promoting violence, now he was promoting peace. Basically, he's promoting peace.
And also, can you just say, because I'm gonna, it's been a while now. I'm gonna just go get some footage, because I'm gonna stand there for the next 3 hours. Next 3 hours trying to get you. It's just 2 hours, right? Trying to ask you some questions, right? So look. You're going out today asking people to go vegan for a month, right? So can you talk about what's that about, and how you're trying to portray that with the public that you speak to today?
So it's veganuary, for example. You can this month a lot of corporations, a lot of vegans. Veganuary, the website, is asking you to go vegan. Just give it a try. We are not asking something very extreme. We just say, okay, if you really want to try, why not try? It's a good New Year's resolution, no? So this is it's not like we promote just veganuary. We just promote it to go vegan in general, but give it a try. Why not? Give it a thought. And maybe if you don't want to go vegan, let's say, maybe I would say, if not, you don't want to vegan, just just straight away, watch the documentaries, see what you're eating, see what you're putting your money in. You will never pay an organization that will make things cruel to animals. If you will never pay a charity to do that, why you will pay every single day with your food choices when you have in the supermarket the cruelty-free choice, or in the restaurant. And especially if you are in the UK, it's no excuse to not be vegan, because here is like never before. It's easier as hell.
Yeah. So there is the Extinction Rebellion, right?
Yeah.
Which is the climate change, right? Then there's one for the meat, because apparently there was
Animal rebellion.
an animal rebellion, and
Yeah.
I heard recently, the steakhouse,
Yeah.
the steakhouse with.
They do sit. I am actually part of. They do more for the environment. Okay, so
Yeah.
they go for the environment more than the animal cruelty. I'm also helping them because I think any excuse to go vegan is good. And so basically, Animal Rebellion, when we're trying to ask government, is to help farmers to transition to plant-based systems, because it's more sustainable, and obviously rewild all the land that is being taken by the animal industry, So that is their mission. Their mission is just capture the attention of the people to claim the government to do these transitions, because are needed for the climate crisis. So this is what I say, like Animal Rebellion. All the people are there are vegan, okay, but
All rebels,
all rebels.
All rebels,
I'm also
right?
a rebel, by the way. I did one sit down for the milk. Was just in the supermarkets holding a sign peacefully. So I prefer just peaceful protest. I'm kind of like peaceful person. So I just holding a sign.
A peaceful protest, but sometimes you have to cause some anarchy to get the attention, right? Can I ask you a question? Did you see the tube when they Extinction Rebellion, when they went to the tube underground and they blocked all the? So sometimes it is a positive thing because it catches attention, right?
I
So
mean, the idea, of course, of Animal Rebellion is like all the movements in the past has been the technique is civil disobedience. Okay, so for example, the suffragettes was putting bombs. Like we just putting milk in the supermarket. Like,
what do you mean?
like you never see the videos of people pouring milk in the supermarkets.
No, I haven't.
You
No.
have to watch a lot of people. That was very controversial.
I've seen where they throw soup at the paintings.
Yeah, they do as well, but the paintings are covered, so it's no problem. They
Okay, yeah.
clean it as. I mean, obviously, I don't want to harm any art, but this is an emergency, man. Like, if we don't listen now, we are all be wiped out of the earth.
Yeah.
So, what is the point to keep going and doing business as usual? Yeah, I'm actually become vegan because of the environment, and actually become vegan because Extinction Rebellion event. And then obviously I start watching all the documentaries about the treatment of animals, and obviously now my main reason is the animals, but obviously I'm not gonna lie as well. Climate crisis is really, really, really important matter, and we have the solution for vegan, and we will solve the bloody climate crisis, Ben, and we don't have to kill animals. So what else?
I love your spirit. I love your spirit. I want to ask you, just to finish off, right? 3 words.
Okay.
When you go vegan, what's the 3 positive things that happen? You can give that in 3 words, or you could just say that in a sentence, 3 sentences. Up to you, right?
You are not anymore a hypocrite. You're not more a hypocrite, because most of the people say they are animal lovers, but for once you really are gonna say you are real an animal lover if you really love animals. I don't know. This is the thing. Most of the people are against animal cruelty but support animal cruelty. So you will not be a hypocrite anymore.
Sweet. Thank you. So we've got Paloma, say vegan talks here every single week, in front of Hippodrome, Thursdays.
We are here really have a peaceful approach. We don't trying to force anyone's opinions. We just trying to have proper conversations and make people think, challenge the status quo,